Hello and welcome to Auburn, Alabama. What a night for college football, one of the most intimidating places in the entire sport. Jordan-Hare Stadium as the Tigers of Auburn are set to tee it up for another campaign. Maybe you need a little caffeine, or maybe the sheer energy of this matchup will keep you wide awake, as we know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. And he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best two conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David. You're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Hand off from the shotgun. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
He really shows you his skills on that last run, and I feel like today, if you're a running back at Oregon, you are expected to be explosive. You're not going to be a guy that goes in between the tackles and gains 3 yards, and that's okay. I feel like now, today, because of all the great running backs they've had here recently, if you get into the second level, you're expected to go to the house. This guy has that kind of skill.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
And the Ducks will move the sticks.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Trying to surprise him with the pass. Lets it fly. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up. He's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Brings up second down.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, looks as if the defense got it.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Touchdown, Ducks! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Number 17.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Army dazzled today in just about every phase of the game. And for an institution that's turned out 5-star generals and U.S. presidents, I think they may have their next great leader there at West Point. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
Offense in a bunch formation. On second down, wants to throw it. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. And the pass is intercepted.
What a great stick by the defender. But how about this? Quarterbacks like a smooth pocket where they can step up, set their feet. That defense did not give him that. Hit him while he's throwing the football. Made it easy for the defender to run underneath it, create an interception.
They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
To the ground, he's got it again. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. He's got 50 yards on the ground in this first quarter. That is a terrific start. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Buying some time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously so he's outside the tackle boxes. He moved to throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. He's right on target. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score. Oregon 7, Auburn 0.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looking to throw, it's Marshall. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away. And they're finally able to get him on the ground at the 1.
You know, these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the 3rd and goal.
He'll keep it on the sneak. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Yeah, he looks short of that play, and the quarterback sneak is such an easy play, and you trust it because the quarterback gets the ball right away. But that defensive line was having none of it. Failed 4th down. Big-time stop for this defense.
One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room. So important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
Now the offense has it 1st and 10 from its own 11. Tosses it back. Sends it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been... on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
And that is a heck of a play by that defender knocking that ball away, David. It looked like that had explosive play at minimum, touchdown written all over it. He was able to show the catch-up speed and knock it down.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, when you're beat, you just got to put your head down, chase as hard as you can, don't look up for the football. Nice job playing the football in the air. Listen, it was a slow developing play, a big-time chance to create some momentum with the trick play, but the defense played it beautifully.
After the strong run on 2nd down, 3rd down coming. Do they do it again? From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the 1st down.
Using the quick game. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch.
First game of the year, you're always worried about turnovers, right? And this guy has the ultimate nightmare on his first touch of the year. Puts the ball on the ground. He's got to be able to flush that out now. You got to get ready to go play the next play.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
He now has 62 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Looking for a man, it's Marshall. Gets it out quickly. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to throw on 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's Tuggle. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's going for it all. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Nothing but green ahead. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Auburn lines up quickly.
Now, 4th down.
Surging forward on the sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. Getting set for the point after. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Oh, he's going to go for the return. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
These corners going to give them some space. He's going to pass. He'll try to do it himself. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's going to fire deep. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Ducks will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Makes the grab. It's Tuggle. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, a new set of downs.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. The quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
You know, as an offense, you're playing this defense, and they're in a 3-4 alignment, and you're worried about the pass rush coming off the edge. How about big fella in the middle? Completely collapsed the pocket on that play.
Wants to throw on second down. Quarterback adapting. Going to try to get it himself. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, great job there by the defense, because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6. They've been denied on 2 of their 3 previous red zone trips, looking to pay this one off with a touchdown. And the ball is intercepted. He's at the 50, the 30, at the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turned on the Jets, making the big play.
Here comes the offense on first down. He wants to throw. Working that left side now.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Tackle is made after the first down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Quarterback on the keeper. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1 throwing play. Second down coming up.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Swings it out to the flat. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
The Tigers moving quickly to the line. Here's the handoff. Fights off a defender. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense where now they got a manageable situation.
Dialing up a second down pass play. He'll pull it down and run. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And those are some serious wheels for this Tiger quarterback. Positively Nick Marshall-esque.
Yeah, and you think about Nick Marshall and that run to the national championship game. Man, they ran the football some more. His dynamic ability at the quarterback spot. All Auburn offenses that have been great have had that guy at the quarterback spot.
Quarterback empties his backfield. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He makes the connection. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner. Just exhausting.
Auburn, 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The receiver on the jet sweep. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Auburn! They'll line up to go for 2. He's looking to throw. He makes his way in for the 2, and now they trail by only 6. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Dropping back, it's Marshall. Quickly out to the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Wide out in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Past the 45. Running toward the tape. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
Football is very easy when the offensive line does their job like that. I mean, look at those holes. Back able to make a cut. First down.
Keeps the legs moving. Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
Tight end finds a soft spot. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. They'll run it on first and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, at this situation in the game now with the lead, you know the offense is just going to try and run the football, bleed the clock, and ice this game.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. To the air, it's Marshall. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He finds his man. Touchdown, Oregon! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
With the carry.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Oregon, 29. Auburn, 15.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game. So a lot to process and think about.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Finds his big tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
When they pick up the first against zone coverage, the biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
He's looking to throw it. With the catch, it's Nash.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling...
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. Comes out throwing on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
And that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Lining up with a PAT. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. Just over a minute to play. They're lining up for an onside kick to try to pull off this rally. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Nice move to keep running. And the runner is down, and so is the flag. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Ducks just want to hold on to this ball for the final minute. Motion from the offense. Out of the gun to give to the back. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. Looking downfield, it's Marshall. They're trying to get to it. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going to run it. At the 35, he's got room. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. The toss to the right. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.